Welcome to Experiments in Happiness with Michelle Lemus, the podcast for high achieving women who've checked all the boxes but still feel something's missing.
There's a kind of guilt no one really warns you about. Not the guilt of messing up, not the guilt of hurting someone, not the guilt of failing. It's the guilt of wanting more, even when your life looks objectively good. You have the house, the job, the partner, kids, maybe, people who love you. From the outside, it looks like you made it. Some people would kill to have what you have. So, why does something still feel off? Why do you catch yourself daydreaming about a different life, a different rhythm, a different version of yourself, and then immediately swat the thought away? Why does wanting more feel selfish? Or worse, ungrateful? This is one of the quietest struggles I see in high achieving women, and almost no one talks about it out loud because it feels wrong to say, this still isn't it. It's easier to talk about wanting more when things are falling apart. Rock bottom gives you permission to change. When everything is broken, no one questions why you want something different. But what about when life is fine? When nothing is technically wrong? When you have enough stability, enough comfort, enough success that admitting dissatisfaction feels almost shameful. There's a pressure that sneaks in during these seasons. It sounds like this: don't complain. You should be grateful. Other people have it worse. You don't get to want more. And here's the thing: gratitude is beautiful, but gratitude can be weaponized. It can be used to silence truth. Wanting more does not mean you're ungrateful for what you have. Both can exist at the same time. You can appreciate your life and long for something deeper. Gratitude and desire are not opposites, they're companions. In fact, that tension, honoring where you are while reaching for what's next, is how growth actually works. Most of us were taught early on to keep our desires in check. Be happy with what you've got. Don't rock the boat. Don't get too big. Don't be greedy and don't want too much. So we learn to shrink. We dim our desires. We quiet the part of us that knows there's more. And what breaks my heart is how many women stay there, not miserable, just muted, living lives that are good enough while quietly mourning the ones they didn't chase. And I want to say this clearly: you do not have to burn your life down to want something different. You don't have to blow up your marriage, quit your job, or abandon everything that's working. But you are allowed to want a different rhythm: more joy, more freedom, more creativity, more space, more meaning, more you. Sometimes more has nothing to do with money or things. It's about alignment, it's about aliveness, it's about purpose. It's about waking up and feeling like your life actually fits who you are now, not who you were 10 years ago, not who you were taught to be, not who other people expect you to be. There's a truth no one says out loud enough. You do not need a tragic backstory to justify wanting a great life. You don't need to prove that you've suffered enough. You don't need permission from pain. Your desire is enough. If something inside you whispers, "There's more for me," that's not ingratitude. That's information. It's not saying your life is bad. It's saying your soul is ready for what's next. That whisper is a compass, and ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. It just gets quieter. Until one day, years from now, you look back and wonder where your spark went. And that's the moment I want to help you avoid. So let me offer you something simple but powerful: permission. You are allowed to want more, even when your life is good, especially when your life is good. Because wanting more isn't about dissatisfaction, it's about being awake. You get one life, and it's okay, more than okay, to shape it into one that lights you up. You do not need anyone else to validate that desire. It's yours, and it deserves to be honored. So let's experiment with this, not by changing your whole life, not by making dramatic declarations, but by letting your truth speak without being shut down. This week, I want you to try something called the More Mapping exercise. Set a timer for 5 minutes, just 5, and write this sentence at the top of the page: if I gave myself permission to want more, I would want, then finish it again. and again and again. Don't filter. Don't analyze. Don't worry about whether it's practical, reasonable, or acceptable. Let it be messy. Let it surprise you. Let it be honest. When the timer ends, look at what you wrote. Then circle the ones that made your body react, not the ones that sounded logical, the ones that created a sensation, a pull, a warmth, a nervous flutter, a spark. Those reactions matter. They're breadcrumbs. And for each circled desire, ask one simple question. What is one tiny step I could take toward this? Tiny means tiny, not change my entire life, but maybe. Spend 20 minutes researching something that keeps calling you. Ask someone how they started. Block off an hour for something you've been postponing. Say no to one thing that drains you. Say yes to one thing that energizes you. Then choose just one tiny step to take this week. That's it. No overhaul, no announcement, just one act of alignment. Because here's the truth. Your desire is not a problem. It's guidance. It's pointing toward a more fulfilling version of your life, one you are allowed to pursue without apology. Life doesn't have to break before you rebuild. You don't have to hit rock bottom to grow. You are allowed to choose because it's true for you. And that is worth everything.
Thanks for listening to Experiments in Happiness. You can find more tools and resources at experimentsinhappiness.com.